Hello my friends and welcome to the Dreadlock Culture channel. My name is Nadia and in today's video I'll be answering the question, can you get your locks wet every day? But first, if you love locks, then let me know by leaving a like in this video. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you love lock content, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know every time I make a new video. Now to answer the question, can you get your locks wet every day? The answer is yes. However, there's a difference between moisturizing them and drenching them or washing them daily. You definitely want to be moisturizing your locks every day, but you do not want to be drenching or washing them. Now we want to make a distinction between these two because water affects locked and loose hair differently. In the case of locked hair, when water gets all the way inside the lock, it's going to penetrate deep in there and it's going to take a really long time for your locks to dry. So maybe you feel that they're dry on the outside, but in reality on the inside, they could still be slightly damp. When it comes to loose hair, the water will penetrate the entire strand of hair, but it will also evaporate a lot quicker and it will only take a little while for it to dry. So now when it comes to moisturizing our locks daily, this is an essential part of our lock routine to ensure that we have healthy hair. But again, we're only misting the outside of the locks lightly and we're not completely getting them wet inside. So in essence, moisture itself is not the enemy, it's actually improper drying or not getting the locks fully dry by the end of the day. When we lightly spritz our locks every day in the morning, it allows our hair to become a little bit more elastic. It adds hydration to our locks, and it's something that our hair actually needs. Otherwise, it becomes dry and brittle, and over the course of time, it can cause breakage. So we want to be adding moisture. We want to be adding maybe just distilled water at the bare minimum, and you can add essential oils. And that can also kind of just boost not just the scent of your locks, but also just add some nutritional properties depending on which essential oils you're using. And the good thing about moisturizing is also that our hair will dry fairly quickly. So if you just lightly mist your locks in the morning, then you can probably be sure that within the next 30 minutes, maybe an hour at most, that your locks are going to be dry and it's going to be okay. On the other hand, if you're shampooing them daily, which is not recommended, you are going to end up with wet locks, completely wet locks. Not only does washing your locks with a shampoo strip your hair of natural oils and essential minerals, but it also wouldn't give it enough time to dry between washes. And so there's a huge risk for mold. Even if you're just washing your locks with water every day, that's still not recommended because again, you don't want the inner parts to stay wet for more than maybe a couple of hours at most. And that's kind of exaggerating. I would say 30 minutes when you're spraying it with your daily moisturizer. And then the day that you wash it, which is generally recommended between 5 and 10 days, 5 days if you have a very active lifestyle, every 7 days if you just want a normal washing routine, and maybe every 10 days if your hair is either in a protective style or you just haven't gotten around to it or you just feel that your locks don't need it. So with the average washing time, let's say of once a week, then your hair is still able to maintain all the essential nutrients. The scalp is going to maintain the amount of oil production that it produces. It's going to balance itself out. And at the end of the day, you only have to worry about making sure that your locks fully dry one day out of the week versus every day, which probably is nearly impossible. So as an example, my locks are not too thick, but they take an average of 8 hours to completely dry. And it depends on the weather, the humidity, and how I dried them that day. If it's winter and I'm drying them inside, it's going to take longer than in the summertime where I'm outside in the sun and letting the sun dry them as well. So you just want to be mindful that when you're washing your locks, you're doing so in the morning, and that way it gives you an entire day to dry them completely. So by bedtime, your locks are not wet at all. And then the following morning, you can resume with your daily moisturizer spray again for the following week. So to summarize, yes, you can get your locks wet every day, but you only want to be misting them and not drenching them. Remember that the key to healthy locks isn't about avoiding water, but it's about understanding how to manage the moisture and also dry them effectively. Well, my friends, that concludes today's video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you next weekend. And until then, keep rocking your locks. Bye. You can moisturize your locks every day, but you cannot drench them. What are you doing?
Say hi to everybody.
Bye-bye. You're totally throwing me off my game. Go away.
Say hi to your fans. Who made this beauty?
Hi, Dad.
Hi, my fans.
Okay, bye.
Can you get dread every day? Wet every day? Yes.
Can you get your dreadlocks wet every day?
Oh, yeah. No, just don't drench them.